Wow, that's the first lottery a black person's won in a long time, Billy.
Yes, and I'll probably still complain.
Man, fuck you.
Okay. First of all right, that's enough. You're the worst kind of scum on the face of the earth. You're an animal. A filthy, big-lipped beast.
Shut that fucking shotgun!
All right, let's go, buddy. Let's get this show on the road.
And to segue directly into Chappelle, that God, what was it? That Saturday he hosted Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah, the Saturday following the
right after that election.
Yeah, he did.
And he had some power. We ought to do I don't know if we could do a whole episode on that, but I just finished watching the Mark Twain Awards and they were talking about that.
I think we can address that in our next episode because it'll be following the election, and we can kind of roll into that. Depending on who wins and who loses, we may not want to do things for a little while. Maybe a depression may set in.
Have to take a little vacation for a while, go out to a cabin somewhere in the woods, like John McCain in 2008. Remember, he had to go and stay at his cabin. He went and stayed in a cabin in the woods. But after the black man won.
But I wholeheartedly do not feel that way. I know I'm more optimistic than you, but I think with mine it's even a little stronger than being optimistic. I really think this one's in the bag, but let's move on.
Hot damn almighty. I hope you're right. All right. I have this outline. So these sketches, this is probably the most difficult job, is coming up with the best sketches because they're all great. So I just made a small sampling, and I don't know if we'll even get to all of them, but because I just thought of the I Know Black People game show, but that's like 15 minutes right there. But I thought we would start off with Pop Copy, which we did already. I think we discussed that in our first episode.
We did. That was actually
that was originally pitched to HBO.
They said, "No, son."
HBO said, "Oh, we've got Chris Rock. We don't need another black comedian."
Yeah, take your talents elsewhere, boy.
And Neil said on the Mark Twain Award show that he said, "See, this was back." He was like, "This was back in the late '90s or early 2000s when we were only allowed to have one famous black comedian." And he's like, "Now we're allowed to have 3."
Terrible.
That was a good show. I recommend it. So Pop Copy, this is like a fake training video for a company. This was the very first sketch. Actually, the very first sketch was the Mitsubishi commercial, but that wasn't really a full sketch. That was just a little intro. This was the first sketch, episode 1, season 1. And it's great.
Official 2002 Pop Copy employee training film with your host, Ralph Henderson.
Hello, I'm Ralph Henderson. And if you're watching this video, that means you've just been hired to work here at Popular Copy. Me and my friends are going to show you the basics of what it's like to work here. You guys ready?
Yeah!
Great.
Getting to work.
First of all, never show up on time. And if a supervisor happens to ask you where you were, your response should sound something like this. Manuel, why were you late?
Man, I got here when I could. Shit, you're not my fucking mom.
Perfect.
Servicing the line.
Occasionally, you may get snagged by one of these customer people. Just remember, your job is to frustrate them and make them feel unwanted. If you can, wrap up a story that'll make them feel uncomfortable. For instance,
you understand what I'm saying, right? I mean, you know my reputation. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'll go to Rikers for 3 or 4 years just to prove my point. I mean, I don't play that shit. Can I help you?
Or...
Hell yeah, I suck toes. Good afternoon. Welcome to Pop Copy. Can I help you?
Or...
Yo, what's wrong?
My butt is itching like crazy, and I took a shower. Can I help you?
Computer technology.
If a customer has a computer disk, then look at it and tell them it's the wrong format. If they use Apple, tell them we're PC. If they use PC, tell them we're Apple. And if they got both, then tell them we use Linux. And if they got that, tell them the computers are down. They should be anyhow.
It's the whole system actually went down. It's going to be shut down for a couple hours.
Hours? The system?
It happens. The whole system?
But this is a big place. How can
Listen, sister, I got to go take a shit. Listen.
The management.
Should a customer get all uppity and ask to speak to a manager, then tell them, guess what? I am the manager.
I want to see the manager.
Yeah, no, see, I am the manager.
You are the manager?
That's right, my friend.
I'm the only manager here. Unless you want to talk to the pop copy president. And I don't know him. You might can help me out with that. I don't know.
I mean, really get in their face about it.
I want to see your manager.
What, nigga, I am your manager. What's up?
You're the manager? That's right. How are you?
You done. That's it. Your job is done, nigga. Get out.
I'll call you later in black and white. What are you talking about?
You know, a lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Bathroom upkeep.
Bathroom upkeep is important to us here at Pop Copy. Be sure to spray chocolate sauce on the wall near the toilet to give the appearance of errant feces. This will ensure that any customer who uses our restroom will never, ever return to one of our stores. We ask that you sign a sheet to verify this gets done once an hour, 24 times a day. Uh-oh, Tony. You missed a spot. Whoa. Now that looks poopy. I hope you found this tape informative. And should you ever doubt yourself and consider treating a customer with respect, just remember this. You graduated from grade school and you don't have to take shit from anyone. Welcome to the Pop Copy family and congratulations.
There's a lot of stuff there to unpack.
Absolutely wonderful. I don't see how HBO turned that down, but that's neither here nor there, I guess, at this point.
It's their loss. And so that included what is that guy's name that's in he's in Half Baked, one of the main guys from Half Baked. And he's like, guess what? I am your manager. He's got like paint on the side of his head. I don't know. For people just listening, it's like clearly not the guy that would be the manager. So there's some outtakes that I think didn't make the cut. I'm surprised the bathroom part made the cut. You did that seemed like something Comedy Central would have taken out. But is it Guillermo Diaz? Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's our guy. He's in some other sketches too, I think. He's funny guy. I
think that's the same guy that I think he played on. He had some more serious major roles. Let me look here. Let's see. Slow that down. I think he played in what's the name of that sitcom that was real famous here lately?
Lately.
Yeah. On Scandal. There it is. I see
Scandal.
Yeah, he played Huck on Scandal. Thought that was him. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, he played a very serious role there. I mean, Huck was definitely a badass on Scandal.
I never watched Scandal.
Oh man, great show. Not your cup of tea, but a great show.
No, it's not my cup of tea.
No, I know you well enough. It's not your cup of tea. But
he was in Weeds too. I remember him from Weeds.
Yeah, he was in Weeds.
Wonder if he did anything before. I mean, I know obviously Half Baked.
Yeah, and it's crazy because looking at him in that, I see the Half Baked right there, but looking at him in that clip, I wouldn't have put two and two together. Like he looks completely different to me at this young, tender age versus him with the full beard and a lot more weight on him. in Scandal and playing this kind of deranged guy. So
Yeah, because he was like 26 or 27, I guess, when Chappelle Show came out, because he's born in 75.
Yeah.
So they were all in their like late 20s, early 30s. They Dave Chappelle and Neil both, I think, turned 30 while working on season 2 of the show. So they were just like kids, which is crazy. And there's also Michael Rappaport, who I sometimes get confused. I sometimes
Who do you
mix
confuse
him
him
up.
with?
I sometimes mix him up with Bill Burr.
That's it. I do too. And yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah.
I get them kind of confused, and I have to sit there and go, wait a minute. Okay, that's Michael. Yeah. But
yeah.
I like
Deep Blue Sea. That was a good one. They ate me. A fucking shark ate me. He's in a bunch of shit. I mean, he's been around forever.
Yeah, he has, and I currently watch him. He's involved himself in sports.
Yeah, he's very involved in sports.
And I watch him all the time. He comes on some of my favorite shows on FS1 with Skip and Shannon, and they have him on there quite a bit. So yeah,
it's funny. I didn't know. I still sometimes listen to Howard Stern, but I don't really anymore because the show sucks now. But I was listening to him a few years ago, and I didn't really know. Again, I knew him from Chappelle's Show, and I always mixed him up with Bill Burr, who's also on Chappelle's Show. But he comes on the Howard Stern Show all the time during football season and just like yells at people. He's very passionate about sports. Right. And they have like a fantasy football league, and he says all this horrible shit. Like he's gonna fucking he's like, I'm gonna rape your wife, I'm gonna rape your kids. Like he says some horrible shit. He's a crazy, crazy dude. And he's the one that has the famous line in the Pop Copy sketch. I'll go to Rikers for 2 or 3 years just to prove my point.
Yeah.
Which we say.
Yeah, we say that quite a bit in our own little back and forth.
Oh, and nobody, I again, sometimes you forget who you're talking to, and I say shit like that to other people. Like, what are you?
They'll be like, what?
Rikers.
What are you talking about? Right.
In Texas, I'm talking about Rikers. Look at a Rikers for 2 or 3 years to prove my point.
Prove my point.
Okay. So that's Pop Copy. Anyone who hasn't seen it, go check it out. It's
great.
Again, we're to the copyright police that are out there. We're not
punks.
We're not trying to steal any thunder. We're trying to bring more awareness to this show that's damn near 20 years old now.
One of the greatest shows ever made. On top, I mean,
absolutely.
In all honesty,
I think Kenan Thompson said on the Mark Twain Award show, he said this is the greatest sketch comedy in history.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that he would say that being on Saturday Night Live. I don't know that his bosses appreciated that, but it's true. I mean,
it's true. I mean,
they got to go a lot farther than the shit on SNL.
Oh yeah. 10 times farther.
Surprisingly far, actually.
From episode 1, skit 1. I mean, hey,
Clayton Bigsby. I mean, you're not going to get away with saying the N-word like 57 times on Saturday Night Live. I'm sorry. That guy, by the way, not to go too off the rails, but that guy that played the host of that Frontline show.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching an old episode of Law and Order the other night.
And he was on there.
And he was on there as an expert doctor that was testifying, and like that's all I could think about was him saying the N-word, and then there I said it.
No, I think that's it. Let's move right along.
Okay, so this next one I just threw in there. It's really short, but it's really funny because this came out. It's The Love Contract, and it's sort of. This was way before the Me Too era, but it's something that now I think has kind of come to fruition in a lot of ways. I wouldn't be surprised if celebrities aren't doing this, some form of a contract with all the crazy allegations that get thrown around these days. I mean, there a lot of comedians are getting taken down on Twitter.
Really? Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, but there's a lot of other comedians that are getting accused, and sometimes wrongfully accused on Twitter. It's a touchy subject, because it's like
it is.
And Bill Burr had a bit about it where, now you're supposed to believe all women, and he's like, all of them, like because there's some crazy women out there, and I've known some that it's like, all right, maybe I need some evidence, but he said that on Conan, and nobody laughed. Everybody just got real quiet. It's like,
you better listen to him.
Yeah.
Because he's speaking some good stuff.
And Bill Burr is great. I think he's going to show up later in this episode. I think he's in the he's either in the racial draft or I know he's in the Law and Order sketch. But so the love contract, this came out shortly after Kobe Bryant's big scandal back in 2003 or 2004.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Kobe. I don't remember the specifics of that scandal, but it was not good.
Well, I do, buddy.
Well,
how much time you got there?
Do tell, my friend.
Well, to make a long story short, Kobe got injured. It was a season-ending injury. And I want to say this was Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. So he went to Colorado. He was due to have his surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Colorado, fell in lust with one of the girls that was, working at the hotel that he was staying in.
Mm-hmm.
She came up. He had relations with her. That's his side of the story, that it was consensual. She's saying that he raped her. Anyway, had some very rough intercourse with her.
Sodomized her.
And it was one of those sort of kind of Monica Lewinsky type deals, because she, if I'm remembering correctly, she kept some of her garments. She kept some of her garments. She didn't wash them immediately or anything like that. So that's the foundation of the Kobe Bryant scandal.
So shortly after that scandal, or while it was ongoing, they introduced the love contract sketch, which is I believe from season 2. So we'll go ahead and play that.
You've just met that special someone, and you're letting your desire for each other take you to incredible heights. But these days, you can never be too sure they aren't going to dispute whether the sex was consensual.
Wait a minute. Before we go any further.
Which is why this night calls for the love contract.
What's this?
Nothing. It's just a document saying that you're a willing participant in this sexual experience.
Well, I am.
It's signed here and here. And initial there for oral. I'm gonna do you too. And just initial there if you decline anal. Unless, of course, you
No, it's not going down.
pretty much standard. Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm still horny. Let's do this, girl. Oh, make me feel good.
The love contract, because you'd hate to catch a beef for something you know you didn't do. And now...
Wow!
Well, that didn't take too long.
I know. Just do me a favor, okay? Just don't tell anybody about this.
From the makers of the love contract comes the confidentiality agreement.
Don't worry. I'm not going to tell anybody.
I know you won't. Or I'll sue your ass. Kobe!
The best part. Kobe.
Pretty good there.
I forgot that I've forgotten that he did that part at the end. He throws the condom in the
He goes,
trash.
Kobe.
Kobe. So rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Gone too soon. And this lady is in The Office.
Oh, the actor for that one?
The American version of The Office. She comes in later on after Pam goes off to, forget where Pam goes, but Pam is like off. Oh, she goes to school. And this lady like replaced her as a secretary, and then what's his name? The main character like dates her for a while. I don't know. She's in a lot of stuff. Rashida, what's her name? Rashida something.
Huh.
Rashida Jones? Yeah, Rashida Jones. I think that's her. Am I wrong? Pretty sure that's her. Let's go down to 2002, 2003.
Don't know the chick.
Yep, there she is. She plays the woman in The Love Contract. And she's also in the Great Moments and Hookup History. But yeah, she was in The Office. She's in Parks and Recreation. She's in a lot of stuff. So that's the thing about Chappelle's show. You know, these people that now you see them, like we were talking about with Rappaport and Guillermo and Rashida. These people were not really big name actors, and
right, they
back then. And I'm sure they just kind of went to an audition and
got picked, and and for a lot of these, this is started their careers.
Yeah. So anyway, that's The Love Contract. I thought that was pretty interesting how the show, after the Kobe scandal, it kind of didn't even know it that he was predicting the era that we live in now with all the false allegations that are going on.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah, that's what I even put. I said predicting the Me Too movement.
Not saying that all of those women are just liars, but
of course not. Of course not. But it's like Bill Burr said, like, I'll believe 86%. There's still that like 13% out there that keys your car and fucks with, sets your clothes on fire. It's kind of shit. Yep. So you gotta take those with a grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
So this next one, this is interesting how the academic world gets involved in some of these sketches. Sociologists and anthropologists, and I found a couple of discussions, literally like for if you're teaching a media course about the racial draft sketch.
One of my favorites.
It's a great sketch, and the first thing that I found interesting was the guy who wrote it was a writer. He wrote for the Chris Rock show. He wrote for Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn. His name is Brian Tucker. And Darren, I think you would recognize him because he's the one that in the I Know Black People sketch, he's the white guy that wins at the end. He gets the missing
hair grease, and
he gets the one. Yeah, no, well, he's not the one who actually wins the game. But he's the one who, when they're trying to figure out that lyric for the Good Times theme song.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the one that, he's like, I can make the sound. Hey, you didn't feel it. And they're like, I had to look it up on the internet myself. But that's Brian Tucker. So he wrote the sketch. He wrote the racial draft sketch. And it actually came about, he was he was a writer for Colin Quinn. And during one of the episodes of the Colin Quinn show, which was a really underrated show on Comedy Central, they were having a discussion about race, and they were talking about somebody named Jason Kidd. I don't know Jason Kidd.
Famous NBA Hall of Famer basketball player.
Ah, yes. Okay. So they're talking about
I could see where this is going with Jason Kidd, because
they were trying to figure out. Yeah, they were trying to.
He's mixed.
So so they had a comedian, Keith Robinson, who was claiming that Jason Kidd was black. And Colin was like, he's not black, he's mixed. Why do you get him? We want Jason Kidd. So that was the seed that got planted in Mr. Brian Tucker's head to come up with the sketch for the racial draft. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't know who Jason Kidd was, but I figured if it had anything to do with sports, I figured that you would know, buddy.
You better believe it.
And so, yeah, they did it. Neil directed it. Dave added his goodbye fried rice, hello fried chicken. Completely ad-libbed. And then they added the Wu-Tang Clan to that sketch, which I thought was a great addition.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing.
Fuck with Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Financial. That's another great one that we haven't. All those like the celebrity endorsement ones, like Rocka pads.
Yeah. Keep your.
If your bum is leaking, you need to be seeking. Rocka pads. So another quick thing on the racial draft that I thought was interesting. This is from, and this one has Bill Burr. Yeah, so Bill Burr and Michael Rappaport, for some reason, when I was seeing them on this show, I kept thinking they were the same person. But this is an actual something from a Critical Media Project, and they're talking about the, who is what in terms of racial identity. And I mean, just like we were just talking about a second ago with Rashida Jones, is she considered a black woman or is she a white woman? Because I think one of her parents is black. So the topic of discussion would be racial identity and, why is this of such public importance and fascination? Why are people so fascinated with who's what?
Right.
So this even has a discussion question, like if you're teaching a class, which if anybody could teach a class, we got to figure out a way to propose this and teach a class on Chappelle's show. But it's, what was his ultimate aim in writing this sketch? What was he trying to say about society? And do you think he was successful in getting his point across? So those are some things to think about while we're watching this one. But it comes down to, it's interesting. It's got some, and they really, for the time, Tiger Woods, Colin Powell,
right?
People who we were you weren't sure about, and so it's a great sketch. I will start it and keep those questions in mind.
Good evening and welcome to the first and maybe only racial draft here in New York City. This is for all the marbles. What happens here will state the racial standing of these Americans once and for all.
That's right. And the crowd is here to support their races.
Well, Rob, some of the biggest names in sports and in entertainment are on the line tonight, and I'm excited to see who's going to be drafted by which race. Seated behind me on the stage there are various representatives, and believe it or not, the blacks have actually won the first pick.
Wow, that's the first black person's won in a long time, Billy.
Yes, and I'll probably still complain.
Thank you. The microphone now. Why don't we take a listen?
Be in the black delegation. Chief Tiger Woods.
Dave Chappelle playing Tiger Woods.
The richest and most dominant athlete in the world. His father, black. His mother, Thai. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because now black. Dave, the Asians have got to be upset.
There's no question about that, Rob. You got to think about it. He's been discriminated against in his time. He's had death threats, and he dates a white woman. Sounds like a black guy to me. Tiger's taking the stage there. If you ask me, wow, looking blacker already.
I'd like to say, tremendous opportunity for me. Finally be part of a race, have a home. Been so confused by encapsulations and so many things. So long, fried rice. Hello, fried chicken. I love you, Dad. I always wanted to say this.
For shizzle.
For shizzle.
Well, it seems as though Tiger Woods is happy to be black, and that's a good thing. Because I just received word that he lost all his endorsements. All of them. Amex, Tag, Heuer, Wheaties, the whole shebang-a-bang. Tough break, nigga. It's always cool.
All right, coming up
up now are the Jews. Many have speculated about their pick. Now, I'm guessing they're going to pick Madonna and finish off the job Kabbalah started.
Yes, well, Rob, she was born and raised Catholic. Then she became a whore. But over the last decade, she has studied the Kabbalah. And she even wrote a Kabbalah's children's book.
Oh, here come the Jews. Why don't we take a look downstairs?
Today, we, the Jewish people, take Lenny Kravitz.
Wow, the surprise move. The Jews pick Lenny Kravitz, folks.
He's actually half black and half Jewish. His mother was on The Jeffersons, a pivotal show in black culture, and his father, a Jew, was her lawyer. Couldn't make that up. Well, Lenny is all Jewish now. Unfortunately, Lenny can't make it here to accept. He's in Miami Beach.
Miami Beach? Well, he must have got that news about being Jewish early.
All right, the Latins are up now. Why don't we all take an scooter to their pick?
We, the Latinos, choose Elian Gonzalez.
I don't understand that one.
We wanted to do this before the white people tried to adopt him as one of their own. Again.
Okay, guess whose turn it is? White people. Let's see what direction they go in. Halle Berry is still available, as is Mariah Carey's crazy ass.
Very much for Rondell. Thank you all. Good afternoon. Excuse me. Pardon me. Hey, cut the malarkey. Okay, I'm talking. There's a white man talking up here. Silencio. Ungawa. Damn. We, the white delegation, are very proud to announce our pick this year, Colin Powell.
Colin Powell is not white. He's not even an eighth white. He's 100% black.
Last I heard.
Wow, I gotta wonder how the blacks are gonna be taking this one.
Whiteness under review.
Black delegation, except the white delegation's offer to draft Colin Powell on the condition that they also accept Condoleezza Rice as part of the deal.
Give it away,
That's what we need by white people everywhere. We accept.
Got yourself.
Got yourself a goddamn deal.
Black delegations and Eminem.
Press Eminem.
Wait a goddamn minute, Roger. All right, well, no hustling me. I'm talking to the ultimate hustler. I tell you what, to make all things fair, we keep Eminem, you get O.J. Simpson. Shut
Incredible. A first round absolutely chock full of surprises.
Unbelievable. Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice now officially white. OJ black again. What a day. Picking a black person, I bet they would have picked Oprah.
Oh, well, absolutely, Rob. Thick thighs, no felonies. She definitely would have been a great pickup.
Okay, the Chinese delegation is up next. Although they're the last, they've been waiting with Zen-like patience.
My guess is Yao Ming. He's been spending a lot of time with blacks learning slang and shit talking. If they're not careful, they might lose him.
The Asian delegation chooses the RZA, the Jizza, the God, Inspector Dex, Ghostface Killer, the Wu-Tang Clan.
This is by far the biggest upset of the night. The Chinese delegation pulling a fast one and choosing the entire Wu-Tang Clan.
This is big for us, yo, because we always been a fan of the Kung Fu and the Chinese culture and shit, so, yo, it's like bong bong, you know? Yeah, I want to remind everybody to diversify y'all bonds. RZA got an announcement to make. Oh, yeah. Old Dirty has now changed its name from Dirt McGirt to the Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant.
Konnichiwa, bitches. Folks, thanks for joining us on this incredible night. Our coverage ends here, but be sure to catch the rest on our website. Congratulations to all of the races, and konnichiwa, bitches.
Now, Now,
bitches.
The Racial Draft was an awesome sketch. I didn't know, who originally wrote that. That's pretty freaking awesome. In a time where, we're in the China plague, according to your president, the China. Did you hear that?
The Kung flu.
Yeah, the China virus.
China virus. God damn, that's racist.
That's your president, man.
Yep.
He's named it that.
This
I don't know if we have any Trump listeners, but probably not. But
I don't know. If we do, well, I can think of one. Actually, now that you mention it, I can think of at least one. The whole racial draft. There's no way that would even get on television today. I don't think.
Oh no, not at all.
The Jews.
Well, I say that, but then again, I don't know. I really don't.
I mean,
if you think about it, I really don't. In the climate that we're in, I don't know. I could see that argument either way.
Yeah, the thing about Colin Powell and then they're like, okay, well, except that if you take Condoleezza Rice also, and it said the little graphic on the screen, Condoleezza Rice given away by blacks. And I just love when they first call out Colin Powell, and then like the guy from the black delegation is like on the phone. Like there's all this controversy he's trying to figure out, and it says whiteness under review.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Something says you got yourself a goddamn deal. He said we keep him and him. Give you back OJ.
And then when they say OJ Black again, and Bill Burr and the other guy do that little thing with their hands.
Little hand and then when the white guy shakes his hand after he tells him you have yourself a goddamn deal, then Rondell wipes his hand off on his suit, like didn't want to touch the nasty white man.
I love when as soon as it's the white people's turn, and like Bill Burr kind of like does his fist, like, yeah, I got white people. And then everybody's booing. He walks
audience out past Rondell, and Rondell whispers, "Cracker,
cracker." It's very mature Rondell.
Great sketch.
Dave's white person is the best. His impression of white people is so good.
Oh yeah, Dave has a better impression of white people than white people.
Very mature Rondale.
Yeah, we pretty much could have saved that one. Hold on, I don't see your list anymore. I don't see the list of the.
See, that was I had originally had that one at the top, and then I started thinking that. Pop copy and trash should come first.
Actually, racial draft to me, out of our like I said, it's any true Chappelle fan, it is hard to label these things because I mean they are all just great. But I think if we had this round with this round two, I probably would have racial draft. That's probably my favorite.
Out of all time, or out of the ones on the
no, out of these, out of our list for today, the ones that we have here. Yeah, probably my favorite. Now, when keeping it real goes wrong, I think that's the next one we're going to get to. There were so many of those, that they kind of broke that up a little bit.
Yeah, there were 3.
To where, I don't know, because those were hilarious as well. But between that and probably racial draft to me kind of edges it out slightly.
I would say so. Yeah. I thought the Law and Order one, where it's like the difference between the rich white guy getting in trouble versus Tron, the cocaine dealer, the famous FIF, F-I-F.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I would say it's tied between the racial draft and that one for me in terms of this list. In fact, I don't know. Maybe we should do the Law and Order one next.
Let's go for it. Let's see.
Keeping with our theme of racial injustice and the oh gosh, there's another one I just thought of. The
which one?
It's not even on this list. It's the jury selection one.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind a second ago. Yeah.
That one is great.
Yeah, that would have been, yeah.
Talking about Michael Jackson, he's like, he made Thriller.
I got a feeling we're gonna need a part 3 of this.
Oh, hear me,
to be
sir.
honest.
It could be a part. We're gonna need a part 11 or 12. There's so many.
But we could do that after, because I feel our next one we need to kind of address what you were just saying with Chappelle hosting following the election.
Perfect.
Since
perfect
we do have
time.
the
Yes.
election coming up in exactly 7 days.
God help us all.
And anyways,
yeah, that'll be great. That'll be. I think that's the perfect time to evaluate that one.
Awesome.
And not even just his monologue, but then that sketch with him and Chris Rock.
Right.
Then the white people are getting all freaked out. Like, this is the worst thing that America's ever done. Oh shit. All right. Okay. Again, like I said at the beginning, I didn't know that I didn't think we would be able to get to all of these, and I definitely don't think we will. But let's do Law and Order. Because it's sticking with our theme of race. So again, I've already explained it. I think Bill Burr is in this one as well. He plays one of the cops.
Tron.
And Tron. This is a good one. All right.
How was work today, Charles?
Oh, same old, same old. The county's complaining about us misleading the stockholders and blowing the employee pensions. I mean, what a bunch of babies. I mean, come on, this is business, people, right? And speaking of business, Satchko, take a powder. And you. Number money.
Shut that fucking dog Stop resisting,
Nigga, I said stop calling y'all, right? I'm bagging the coke up as fast as I can. I'm Detective Charles Stevens from the Dade County Police Department. I've got a warrant here for your arrest. A warrant? Charges cocaine trafficking. And, frankly, I'm afraid I don't know how to handle it. Oh, man, we gotta be careful with this. We don't want to embarrass somebody like me in front of my family and my community. I'll tell you what. I'll come in and turn myself in around Thursday, okay? Is 1 o'clock good for you? Oh, no, that's no good for me. I got some trim coming at 12. Turn myself in, say, between 2 and 6. Thank you so very much for your help. And again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, no problem. One love. I love you too.
So what am I charged with?
Yeah, like you don't know, you little bitch.
Could you do me a favor and not smoke? I'm allergic.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Chuck. When I do you a favor and put it out there for you, huh? Piece of crap. I want answers, punk!
He wants to talk to his lawyer. Legal aid? You're on.
Sorry. I feel like my 14th case this week. Somebody take a piss in here? It was me. Hi, Pete.
I would like to compliment you gentlemen on a very classy bowler-ass spread with cheeses that I've never even seen before. And my apologies for being late, but I got caught up with some punana. So, like I said, big deal out of this thing. You're a cocaine dealer, but you've done a lot of good for the community.
Oh, I know, man. On Thanksgiving, I be passing turkeys out like Nino Brown, baby.
But seriously, we have to do something. How about you testify before a Senate committee and spend 2 months at Club Fed?
When I get out, can I still traffic rocks to the community?
Absolutely not.
You're right. Selling rocks would be wrong. Jail is the shit.
Anyway, he points the gun at us and he tells his dog to sick us. It was at that point that I fired upon the canine and we were able to subdue Mr. Jeffries. Upon further search of the mansion, we were able to locate this. Pure Colombian heroin.
Yeah, wait a minute. Your Honor, I don't know whose heroin that is, but it certainly isn't mine.
And his wife threw her titties in my hand. It was weird, Your Honor.
You grabbed her titties. I saw you.
Before I sentence you, is there anything you'd like to say?
Okay. First of all...
All right, that's enough. You're the worst kind of scum on the face of the earth. You're an animal. A filthy, big-lipped beast. I'd like to congratulate the jury of your peers. The minutes is in court record. All your possessions will be seized immediately by the court, and you will receive the mandatory minimum of life in prison. Plenty of time to lift weights and convert to Islam. Now get out of my sight, you fuck.
Sir, is it true you were a crack cocaine dealer for 7 years?
I plead the fifth.
Sir, will you tell us about the cartels you dealt with in your time as a crack cocaine dealer?
No, but I can tell you that I plead the fifth.
Exactly how much money did you earn in your time as a crack cocaine dealer?
I said there are so many amendments in the Constitution, the United States of America. I can only choose one. I can only choose one. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody say fifth? Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? Secret document that I think you need to say.
That'll be all, sir. Good afternoon. I got your sentence reduced to a month.
Hey, popping up right there is the Chappelle Show celebrity trial jury selection. What we were just talking about. That's interesting. Yeah, the Law and Order is pretty awesome. A lot of comedy there, but it's some terrible truths in that, buddy.
I know. I was actually thinking about when it said the jury of your peers, and it's all those black guys.
Right.
I was thinking, like, it made me think of some of the cases we've had with black men getting killed by the police, and that girl in Dallas that got 10 years for walking into that guy's apartment and killing him.
Only 10.
And 10 years, I mean, she'll be out in 5, you know. So,
sad.
While there's definitely, like you said, there's comedy, but there's definitely some tragic truth in the sketch. I mean, shit. When they first come in, I and I love animals, but when Bill Burr shoots the dog, it's like, shut that fucking dog up. And the dog's just sitting there looking at him.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
Then her wife threw her titties in my hand.
You grabbed him. I saw you.
But I mean, you talk about the difference between these country club millionaire white guys that have done horrible things and just get off with. At the end, they said, "We got your sentence reduced to a month," but I love he tells them that he'll be there between 2 and 6 because he has some trim coming at 12.
So got some trim coming.
And then it's like 3 p.m. and they're sitting there, and then 7 p.m. and they're still sitting there.
And
he
finally
shows
at
up
11 something.
11:55 p.m.
So, I apologize, but got tired with some punani.
He sniffs his finger. That's the thing. Chappelle does that a lot. He's like, he sniffs his finger.
Yeah.
He did that in Killing Them Softly when he's talking about Bill Clinton coming out and saying, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." And then sniffs his finger. He's like, everybody knew what that finger smelled like.
Yeah. Truly awesome though, man.
Yeah, great sketch. And another classic with Bill Burr, who at the time was not very well known, outside of the stand-up comedy world. And I mean, his career has really taken off. He hosted SNL very recently, actually. And another comedian who is not afraid to push people's buttons, I guess, in terms of political correctness. Not to the extent that Dave Chappelle does, but he takes some jabs. And I think people got mad at some of the shit he said in his monologue on Saturday Night Live, talking about what did he say? The Gay Pride Month, and it's in June, and talking about how Black people only have 28 days in February.
Right.
The gay community was upset, I think, with him, but he's another one, the transgender stuff. He says things that, I mean, again, we're talking about Chappelle is almost 50. I think Bill Burr is 52. I mean, it's like all this shit is very recent. It's the new stuff that we're not allowed to make fun of anymore. And they're not having it.
Not at all.
So I don't know, man. That's we might have to wait till next time to get to some of these other ones. The next time, obviously, being the next time we do a best of episode. It's hard to do these because so much of it is visual.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. To where you kind of really need to see it to get the full effect of, of its greatness, sort of say, I guess.
Now, for those of us who, have seen these 1,000 times, just hearing it, you can see it in your head. You know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But for those new people who have not seen Chappelle's show, I mean, you got to watch them. They're all on YouTube pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can still get the DVDs, which has the commentary. And yeah, I don't know. What do you think, buddy? I think we've gone. We could go.
We've done a great job.
We could go a lot farther with this one, but sometimes it's best to end on a high note. And I think ending, especially given the time, these trying times that we live
that we are living in,
to end on the race, the issue of race right before an election it's very apropos to the current situation. Again, it's like a lot of this shit was almost 20 years ago, but it's evergreen content.
Yeah, I agree. And hopefully the next time we see you guys or talk to you guys, well, not hopefully, but for sure, will be after this presidential election, as well as the seats that are up in the Senate and some different, races that are going on in our country. Hopefully there will be some changes that have taken place in our country the next time you hear our voices. So just make sure that not to turn this show into a political one, but make sure you get out and get your voice heard before election day. Mm-hmm. And if you voted, make sure that you pull out your phone and hit up all of your family members and your friends and tell them to get out to vote. If you have someone that can't get to a poll, but you have a vehicle or you're able to get them there, do your part and get them there. It's a lot at stake right now, regardless of where you fall on the spectrum. Either way, it's a lot of stake. If you feel one way, there's others that feel another way, but either way that you guys feel, there's a lot at stake right now. So you need to get out and rock your vote, and be the change that you want to see in this country. Blue wave.
Very well said, sir.
Something got caught in my throat there. Go ahead. What were you saying, buddy?
Fuck Lindsey Graham.
Lady G.
Miss Lindsay. And everybody be sure to stock up on dry food and fresh water and bullets. Because shit's going to get real.
My socialist partner right there is... He believes this country is fixing to go to hell in a handbasket in 7 days.
Yep. If you have some glass bottles and some kerosene.
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Kyle.
Any stores you want some free shit from? It's about to get real, son.
I need to come to DFW. Hit up some of these.
I need some new shoes. I need a new jacket. The time is coming. But hopefully, hopefully it doesn't get to where I'm wrong a lot. So, I mean, I've been wrong.
Yeah, you've been wrong. I will say in this past year and a half, we've been getting to this point, you've been wrong quite a bit this go around, buddy.
Most of your predictions were right, and most of mine were wrong.
So we're gonna hope that I
did not think Biden was. I didn't think he was going to get the nomination. I thought that was not going to happen. And
I tried to calm your fear down about that. I told you, nah, buddy. This shit here's Joe Biden.
Speaking of the word malarkey, I mean, yeah. I love the back at the racial draft sketch. He says, "Cut the malarkey."
Cut the malarkey. Ngawa. White men talking.
And
Joe Biden we're definitely gonna have to do a part 3 to this because
there's some good.
These are some great skits, man.
Great ones, yes. We didn't even get to all of them this time, but hey, you're right. It's until next time, and everybody go out and vote, and hopefully Darren's right, and we won't need all that fresh water and ammunition.
Jesus Christ.
That's all I got. We'll see how it goes.
We shall see.